it's difficult to do. And every few months I have a conversation. I look at him like a mentor. He's a billionaire. And I really, like, when I'm on the phone with him, I am not scrolling on Instagram at the same time. I'm not looking at the TV at the same time. I am just soaking up all advice and all knowledge, and really listening to the way that he thinks. And what I've come to find out in the podcasts that I've watched, talking to mentors, talking to him, talking to other very, very successful high net worth earners, it's like they have the ability to enjoy the fact that the outcome is coming no matter what, because they know that these tiny, small steps that they're doing is going to get them this really huge outcome, and they're okay with not having the immediate satisfaction of that. It's almost like they're able to thrive off of doing the tedious, mundane, small steps to get up to it. And it's almost like when they've arrived, they're like on to the next tedious, small steps of their next level. And I think where I've seen glimpses of me being successful of that in my life. The question, hi, Haley, is it Hallie or Haley? Hi, correct me if I'm wrong. Hallie for number, put up a 1 for Hallie or a 2 for Haley. It says, hey, how did you find your mentor? So I was a caregiver for my grandmother for 6 years. And I also have a blog about that journey. And I actually met him through that blog because he also, no one would ever know, but he was also a caregiver for his mother, while also running a $1 billion empire. So, oh, okay. Hallie. Perfect. Oh, Halle Cherry, like Halle Berry. I like that. So that's how I met him. So, you know, see, you never know who's watching. That's why you always want to move with integrity, and you want to move with the highest level of wanting to just like put out your best foot forward. And I really put my heart and soul into my blog. Had no idea that a billionaire would be watching. So now I have a billionaire in my phone, and it has nothing to, I would never even want him to give me a dime. It's the knowledge, it's the way that he thinks that I really just try to soak up. And I every time I talk to him, I like to share it with you guys, because I just feel like it's his brain is just pure gold. It's pure gems. And so, and it really aligns with other podcasts and other books that I've read on just how to be successful. I'm just obsessed with self-development. I think it's a great obsession to have. And I love teaching it as well. And I've had glimpses and moments of it in my life as well. So, it doesn't matter what it is, fitness, a relationship, starting a business, moving up in your, moving up in your career. I'm drinking my RYZE Mushroom Coffee. I already actually worked out, and I'm on my way to sitting outside of the parking lot of my next gym, because the gym that I go to work out doesn't have a sauna, so I have to go to another gym. But anyways, what I want to tell you is that chunking anything you want to do down, chunking it down, will give you massive results. So that's why I say it's so easy that it's hard, because we just want to get the result, right? But what you don't understand right now is that you have to go through the developmental skills in order to maintain the vibration, if you will, or the responsibility, or the container, or the capacity to even keep it. Because sometimes, like, if you notice, like, a lot of times when people get successful very quickly, they all of a sudden lose it. Or when people obviously win the lottery, they completely lose it, because they don't have the consciousness to maintain it, right? So God's like, slow down, and you just need to develop the ability to do the same thing over and over. Or you need to develop getting better at this one skill, or you need to develop just being able to like learn the knowledge behind what you're trying to achieve. You said, my challenge is consistency. I can do anything for like 2 weeks, but then I fall off. What makes you fall off? Like right when you get to that brink? Because what tells me is that if you know that you get to that 2-week mark, what is it about that 2-week mark that knocks you off? Let me know. So the power of writing it down. I don't care if you use your notes section. I believe that there's a lot of power in writing personally, but if you want to use your notes section or if you want to use pen and paper, write down any and everything that you want to do for the next year, then what it's going to take to do that. Even if it sounds ridiculous, like I'm going to need someone to invest $20,000, you know, don't allow your heart to start beating you to start getting anxiety of like, okay, well, already having a doubt of like, well, who's going to actually give me $20,000? You know, just write down everything that you would need. Then write down the same thing in 6 months of everything you would need to do in 6 months. Write it down in 3 months, write it down in 1 month, write it down in 2 weeks, write it down in 1 week, write it down by day. And so, for example, for me, I am a life coach, but I already have my certifications just from I've been coaching CEOs of businesses. I have been the executive assistant to a private gene company owner. I myself was a district manager, and I was over 30 full-time people, 400 part-time people, and I was over a 7-location territory in the greater LA area. But I'm also I was like, I just kind of want like a structure. Like I know how to coach people, but I just want to grow as a coach. And so I'm almost done with my certification. So I was like, how am I going to balance this all out? So instead of like getting overwhelmed and keeping it in my brain, I put it down on paper and said, okay, what do I need to do to have my coaching business up in a month? What do I need to do in a month? What do I need to do in 3 weeks? What do I need to do in 2 weeks? What do I need to do in 1 week? What do I need to do in a day? And then what do I need to do by hour? And then all you do is focus down on that 1 hour. And I noticed that that's what a lot of millionaires and billionaires do. Like they're able to just do the journey, right? So even with your fitness, like I've been very successful with maintaining the physique that I want to maintain. And it's because I don't get too focused on the end goal. I'm just in the daily weeds of it, right? Like I woke up this morning, did my prayer meditation. I got my workout in and out. My kickboxing was a really intense hour. Now I'm going to do my sauna workout. In between that, I'm doing my, coaching and mentoring and just pouring into you guys, whoever is watching this live or watches it on the replay. And like, I'm just in this moment, right? Like, I'm not like, oh my God, I want to be a millionaire today. I need to have my coaching business up. I need to have my website done. I need to have this done. Oh my God. I know what I need to do for the day. After I'm done with doing the sauna, obviously shower up, then I'm going to work on my business for the next 6 hours straight. And I already have it written out on what I need to do today, what I need to accomplish just today. And then once you focus in on that 100%, then that task is 100% done. And then you can move on to the next task. Instead of doing 20 different things at 10%, like, well, okay, let me post over here. Okay, well, let me make this phone call. But, before the phone call, let me write down what I need to do. Okay, but before I write down what I need to do, let me like sit here and think and overwhelm myself for 30 minutes. Okay, you know what? Let me just start tomorrow. That's what ends up happening. You said, I don't know. I feel like it's self-sabotage, lack of accountability. Tell me more about the self-sabotage. Tell me more about the self-sabotage and tell me more about the lack of accountability. Like, give me more specifics behind that. So if you can do that, if you can just chunk it, the power of chunking it down, it's so easy. It's just like kind of like automatic. You're going to get the dream. You're going to get the goal, achieve the goal. You're going to achieve, I don't know, whatever you're trying to do. In 6 months, if you work out, eat healthy for 6 months, do intermittent fasting, drink more water, have control over your portions, it's not even a question. Like you guarantee you, it's like a guarantee. And I think almost like that's why a lot of millionaires and billionaires, they're able to achieve that, because it's like they just know that their 8 months of putting in work, even though they see not one thing from that end goal yet, they know that the 8 months is going to blast them off to the universe. So that's where like I had to do some rewiring and reprogramming in my consciousness and my brain, because I was always like, I come from like an older millennial school of thought where it's like you have to put in a lot of work, a lot of effort, and you kind of like have to be kind of like operating on like an anxiety, like you got to get comfortable operating on anxiety of like, or also too kind of that your dreams are just dreams, and like you just need to get a job and be happy, figure out how to be happy with it and like move on. And the nudge that was inside of me was just like, no, people are becoming millionaires every single day by doing things that they love. I know I can do it. Right? So I'm on my own journey, but I just am in this moment enjoying talking to you. And I know that in me enjoying talking to you and sharing with you, it's just adding on to my talent that's going to get me to where I want to be. Right? It says, let's see, I think, so in regard to your self-sabotage and your lack of accountability, I think I go all in and try to do so many things at once, fast results. I don't have a great why, reason to keep me on track. Boom, there it is. You just problem solved yourself. You just problem solved yourself. Not sure if you have any videos on that. I have to check. I don't have any specific videos just on my hair, but I am going to start making that, because a lot of people actually do ask me that. There's a lot that actually goes into my hair and the reason why it is the way that it is. This is all just for anyone else that's watching or interested too. And if you want to also learn about what I do with my hair, let me know in the comments, along with Haley. But so a couple things, you nailed it on the head with what you said is fast results. If you can get comfortable with knowing that, chunking it down, and when you see it on paper and you're like, okay, actually when I write this out, this is actually going to take 6 weeks to like get phase 1 done. Okay, I can do that. Okay, what do I need to do in 3 weeks? What do I need to do in 2 weeks, 1 week? And what do I need to do today? Okay, what do I need to do by hour? And then once it's all written out, don't even worry about the rest of the 5 weeks, or 5 weeks and 6 days today. So it's all written out, right? And you see that there's a lot to do. But when you just know, okay, well, I'm going to have this accomplished in 6 weeks by just doing step 1, and then step 2, and then step 3, and that's checked off for the day. That's going to require me not to be on Instagram. That's going to require me not to engage in gossip. That's going to require me not to complain with my spouse. That's going to require me to maybe have, your spouse entertain the kid, like whatever scenario, you're going to have to chunk out the time and be realistic and just be happy with that. So for example, with me, I have about like 7 more modules on my life coaching certification today. So I know I've already blocked out that time. There's nothing else that's going to be in my realm, right? I'm not going to sit and wonder like, man, I wish I was just done. And I wish I was just, the income was coming in from it and because I already am doing it, but I'm wanting to offer it to my internet family. So I'm like, man, I just want to be like, hey, here's my PayPal, book with me right now. But I'm creating a structure, right? An organized structure that makes it comfortable and digestible and fair for anyone that wants to book with me. So instead of getting overwhelmed, I'm just like, today on November 15th, I'm going to finish my 7 modules. And then after that, I will be done, and I will be able to, my certificate will be done. And then tomorrow I can implement creating out my program. And then so you know what I'm saying? Instead of getting overwhelmed. And so everything else is just cut down. Also, another thing is your why. That is the only driving factor that's going to keep you going. So if you don't have a strong why, so you might want to just spend a whole week on your why. Like if you want a better body, or what, like if you don't mind me asking, what is it that you want to be, that you want to be, that you want to achieve? Because if your why on your body is, oh, well, everybody else has a nice body, so like I think I'm supposed to have a body, like a nice body. Well, like if you're actually happy with your body, like you may just want to kind of lose a couple pounds just for health reasons and call it a day, right? Like a lot of times we think that we're supposed to be doing something just because everyone else is doing it, and it's like not really us. Like there's no way I would be able to get up and work out every day and eat healthy and be in proportion if I was comparing myself to other people. It's only for Sienna Singh. Like I only am in my one lane for Sienna Singh with Sienna Singh's body, right? So I have my own personal reasons, and I'll tell you a few of them. So I do know that when I eventually have a child one day, I've been on the planet for a nice chunk of time already. So when I have a child, I know that I'm going to be an older mom than average, right? So like that's a big driving force for me to like keep up with my youth, my radiance, my energy, my health, my, detoxing my body to have healthy eggs, like, you know what I'm saying? So that's a huge why for me, right? So like on days where I don't maybe want to like work out, or I don't want to detox, or I don't want to, maybe I do just want to have sugar all day, I'll be like, you know what, this is not good for my, like my future self. And my why is so strong that I'm able to do that. Another thing, I'm just answering, you said, also, would you mind saying what hair products you use? Not sure if you have a video. Great advice. Thank you. My goals are about losing weight and building muscle. So I think I need to plan my meals, workouts, mindset practice each day for 6 weeks and check them off. My goals: weight loss, body recomposition, youthfulness, and fertility. Okay. So this is beautiful. This is beautiful. This is amazing. So first, look at your end goal. Get up a picture that you want to look like. Have the weight that you want to be. Have the youthfulness that you want to be, and the fertility that you want to be, right? You can look up images, you can look up ideal goals like on the internet, and like have that written out on a brainstorming sheet. Now you're going to look at that and be like, oh my gosh, that just seems like a lot. Take it all in. And then what would you need to do in a year? What would you need to do in a year, right? Like what is someone that has this ideal body? What do? They eat healthy, they're consistent, they get good sleep, they don't party all night, they don't go to happy hours all the time, whatever it is, right? Just write down any and everything that you could imagine them doing, right? Even if it looks overwhelming, like they wake up at 5 a.m., first of all, not everybody wakes up at 5 a.m. that has an amazing body. That's also another misconception, but that's another story. So write down everything that they would need to do. Then write down in 6 months, 3 months, a month, 6 weeks, and then write down to just the day, right? So if you want to do body recomposition, we know that's gonna require you to do what? Eat more protein, lower your sugar intake, damn near to zero if you can, lower your carb intake, right? Because if you want to do body recomp, your body's going to have a reason to tap into the fat, using the fat for energy. So if you keep fueling your body with a lot of carbs, you're not giving it a reason to kick over and use your fat, okay? I didn't say get rid of carbs, but you're just going to need to lower your carbs. So up your protein as much as you can, lower your carbs, okay? And you're going to want to up your HIIT cardio, interval training, HIIT cardio. You don't want to be on the treadmill for 45 minutes, okay? That's not going to recomp your body. You might lose weight, but you're not going to actually like you may kill off your muscles. So you want to do interval training. So up your interval training, up your protein intake. Okay. Lower, don't get rid of, because you need some of the carbs to actually give you the energy to do the interval, but lower your carbs, get rid of the sugar, and then have a consistent weight training schedule as well. So up on the interval training, up on the weight training, up on the protein, lower on the carbs. Okay? Lower on the sugar. So if you're like, damn, this is holiday season. First of all, I'm in beast mode for the next, now until the rest of the year. I'm just like head in the sand. Nobody talk to me, like on beast mode. Cause I really want to like feel and look a certain way on my birthday. My birthday is February 2nd. So I'm on a recomp journey as well. And so you're going to have to be realistic. What is that going to look like? Am I going to have to say no to a couple holiday parties? Like write that into your like if you're looking at your current week and you already have invites for like, I don't know, family get-togethers, I don't know, Friendsgivings, holiday party, whatever it is, right? So that's what you want to do. You want to write it out and you want to, okay, like prepare yourself and say, okay, I know I'm going to want to eat everything at this event, but I'm on a recomp journey. So what I need to do is have my protein shake or eat my protein. Like if you eat chicken, have my chicken, my broccoli, and a little bit of brown rice before I arrive to the party. And then when I arrive to the party, maybe I'll put like a couple little bites on my plate. Like don't show up to the party hungry. You already ruined it for yourself, and that's okay. Just start over the next day. But like you're going to have to be realistic with your lifestyle, right? So for example, I know like I'm going up to Northern California for to spend time with my family for Thanksgiving. They like to eat, and so do I, but like they eat every day. Like they go in on the lasagna, they go in on the pizza, they go in on the pasta, they go in on and I love that for them because that's their lifestyle and they love it. I can't eat like that all the time because if I want to have my goals. So I know that I'm going extra hard the next 8 days. So that way when I'm there, I can enjoy Thanksgiving dinner and not like have a tiny little plate of just collard greens and everyone else is hammering off all this amazing food and I'm over here in torture. I don't want to do that. I want to enjoy eating with my nieces and my nephews and enjoy talking about how amazing the pie is. And you know what I'm saying? Like I want to enjoy living. So because of that, I'm already, I guess you could say budgeting. I don't know. I'm already planning. I'm already setting myself up for success for that. So you're going to need to do that for yourself. So you got to take time out to really write it out. And then you feel really good. Like you're like, okay, I could do this. Like I can actually enjoy myself at the event. I just got to drink more water. Okay, how am I going to have less sugar? Okay, what I'm going to do is in the morning, instead of having pancakes or, I don't know, and instead of having pancakes or my oatmeal filled up with sugar, like whatever you eat, like just make sure it's not heavy carb. Like you could do this. Like you owe it to yourself not to have pancakes or toast or waffles, like filled up with a bunch of like syrup and sugar. Doesn't mean you can't ever have it again, but maybe just have like some avocado toast, right? Maybe wait an extra hour and do some intermittent fasting, right? Maybe don't eat right away. Maybe just have some tea and some black coffee, whatever, if you drink coffee, and just let your body like tap into the fat storage by doing intermittent fasting. Like, play with it. Just, it's like a number. It's, when you play with the numbers and like you get an outcome of like the amount of money that you want. Well, like you could do that, the same thing, like just play out different scenarios of like what's going to actually work and what's going to be realistic for you to do it with ease and low effort. So for me, I'm already so conditioned to not having a big breakfast. Like I don't even eat breakfast. Like for me, I am running off of pure, like I've been up since 4:44 a.m. this morning and this is pure energy. It's now 8:40. 8:45. So it's been exactly 4 hours. I've only had, and I've already done my workout, and I'm still going to go to the sauna, and I'm jazzed up, excited on this live. I don't feel like I'm going to pass out. So my body's conditioned to like tap into my energy storage, which is my fat that's already on my body. I'm already tapping into that, right? So, and then when I'm done with the sauna, I'm going to go and I'm going to break my fast, my morning fast with some celery juice. And I know people are like, some people that are new to this journey would listen to that and be like, that sounds like torture. It took me a long time to get here. So I'm not saying you need to do that. You can break your fast with some eggs, whatever. I'm mainly plant-based, so I don't eat animal products really. Like, I do technically have Greek yogurt. I will have honey. I will have cheese. I'm definitely gonna have cheese on Thanksgiving, but I am running off of like my natural energy. But like, if you can't do that, don't do that just because Sienna's doing it, right? And then you're gonna be in torture. So I'm gonna break it with celery juice. I'm gonna wait 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna have a nice oatmeal. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. That's great for me. It's still hitting my goals. I'm actually going to put some protein powder in my oatmeal as well. So I'm getting my protein. I'm getting just I'm getting some carbs, but they're healthy carbs, and it'll get me going for the day. And I'm also going to do a round 2 this evening on my Peloton that's in my apartment. All right. So like, you see how much detail that was? That's just for my morning. And like, I'm not even worried about the future, because I know that like the 6 hours that I already planned out from this moment forward are pushing me closer to my end goal, which is to be better body recomped, my coaching business up and thriving and booking, right? My courses up and ready for people that are not going to be able to afford my coaching, my one-on-one coaching with me. Then they can get my course, which is going to be very, very affordable. I'm debating on what prices I want it to be, but it'll be like 20 or 30 bucks, somewhere around there for my courses, right? So don't lock me in on that, but it's going to be very affordable, and it's going to be something that you can have like lifetime access to. So like, that sounds overwhelming. Like, oh my God, change your body and coaching business up and creating a course and writing more ebooks. But like, I've chunked it down, right? So that's what I want you to do. I want you to chunk it down. Don't give yourself a fighting chance. Like, don't self-sabotage because because of your anxiety. I've done that before. I've done that before. And actually, I think that's why it's taken me, I've been on YouTube for 9 years. I've had a YouTube account for 9 years. And just in the last 2 years, I started being active on it because I was doing this. And so I don't want you to do this. So you owe it to yourself. Just give yourself a fighting chance. Make a realistic short-term game plan. And then you're going to go to bed at night feeling really good that you focused and nailed off, checked off your 3 important things that you wanted to do for the day. And you know that every time you check off those 3 important things that you plan for your day, that all of a sudden 6 weeks goes by and you're like, oh my God, I accomplished like 100 things. Like, what the hell? Like, that was wild. Also, I have another secret, another thing that I'm personally doing that you guys can do with me too if you are really about that life. I'm going the extra mile because I'm also trying to buy time back for myself, because again, as you can hear, there's a lot of things that I'm doing. Also, my RYZE Mushroom Coffee. Tap in, click the link in the description. So on Instagram, right? So this is my Instagram. I'm in the middle of getting rid of all of this. Oh, there's Eric. Oh, you guys should follow him. He's a really good friend of mine. He's an amazing master life coach. He's amazing. Eric Bigger on Instagram. But I'm getting rid of this row. It's unnecessary. I don't need to see what everyone's stories are. So I follow like around 400 people, a little like almost 500 people. So I'm actually getting rid of all of that. I'm muting all of it. I don't need, during this season of my life, I don't need to know what everyone's doing every day. Like, is it important for me to know that you're getting Starbucks? You know, is it important for me to know? I do have another page where I just follow like inspirational accounts. So those I won't get rid of. But like, I don't need to know that you're going to Best Buy. I don't need to know that you're about to, I don't know, you're stocking up on tequila to rage out this weekend. Like, I don't need to know that. You know what I'm saying? If I run into you and you tell me that, perfect. Or, you know, if I go to an event and I bump into you there and we're catching up. Because you know what's interesting? Remember the time where on Instagram there was no stories? And like, it was kind of nice just to like be able to see the one picture and like, you know, because there is a lot of beauty in being able to keep up with people, right? And seeing people's updates in life. It's nice. But like, I don't need to also know I don't need to know that it's your great Aunt Becky's birthday. Like, I just don't need to know that. So, and those are triggers. Like, when you see it, you may say to yourself, oh, I'm not going to look at any, I'm not going to be on social media. So I'm only going to be on social media for like 3 minutes. You go on social media, guess what happens? You see someone's story pop up and you're like, oh, I could click on that for a second. And then it makes you go through a loop, and all of a sudden 11 minutes of your life is gone. And guess what? My modules for the life coaching, each are like 7 minutes, 11 minutes. So that was 11 minutes that I could have put toward my life coaching, but then I put it toward looking at people's random moments in their life when I should be like locking in on mine. You know what I'm saying? So it's just but you got to do what you got to do, right? So anyone too, I appreciate you said, thank you. Wish I could send you a super chat. If you guys are rocking with me and have been watching my content, how you guys can help me is, number one, so the very first thing that you guys could do is share my content. Like on your YouTube, you can put it in your community tab or share it on your social media. Like, hey, if you want to learn about health and fitness, go to subscribe to Sienna's YouTube. That would be beautiful. That would be like the biggest payment, the biggest donation. I would love for you to just share and continue to engage with my content and continue to put on the bell notification when I put up another video. That really, really does help me out. I do get a lot of times people are like, I don't understand why your page is bigger. I don't know either, but I'm on God's plan and on God's time, so I'm not gonna even worry about it. But that would really help me out. And I think it does trigger the algorithm when like links and stuff from my page are getting shared. Another thing is too, if it ever is on anyone's heart to want to donate, because I don't have the ability to have a super chat, I do have my PayPal and my Cash App in my description. So that's something you can do. All my Cash Apps and PayPal donation or tips, I guess you could say, they go pour back into the channel, because what I'm doing is I actually have a guy that I'm working with that is editing my videos, and of course that that costs money, but I want to make better videos. The lives I love because they're authentic, they're in the moment, they're real, but my videos, when I'm like teaching or posting, I want them to be better. So I'm just pouring back into like paying for video editing. So that's that. So I really appreciate you saying that. But number one is just sharing my content and putting on the bell notification. That would be amazing. But okay, I could talk to you guys forever. I'm actually going to go into the sauna. Make sure to subscribe, make sure to like, and catch me on the next one. Bye.